This year has been slightly disappointing for Louisville fans, which tells you exactly how high their expectations are and how much talent they have to work with. Jordan Nwora has consistently been one of the best players in the ACC, and Chris Mack is proving himself to be one of the best coaches in the ACC, which explains why some fans might not be happy as a fringe top 10 team. However, they currently are still first in the ACC, and if they want to continue to hold that crown, they have to come through us, and they will not take us for granted a second time. However, if I know anything about FSU basketball, Leonard Hamilton does not go down easily when people come to play in Tallahassee. Let's use the game these two played earlier in the season to discuss Louisville's tendencies and how we systematically wore them down to walk out of the Yum Center with a decisive victory. Let's start with their offense. Since FSU tends to switch defenders on any screen or off-ball action, teams look to take advantage by switching us into unfavorable matchups. Louisville is no exception. Here our point guard, Trent Forrest, is switched onto their center, Enoch, who uses the size advantage for an easy lane. To counter this, we fronted their center and sent help on the backside to cut off any entry lob passes. But even this has its drawbacks. Here Louisville passes out of the double team for an open look at three. FSU has an interesting philosophy regarding defending another team's star player. While most teams would never help off someone who is the caliber of Jordan Nwora, we play him no different than anyone else, and sometimes seem to give him more space than his teammates. The theory being that if your one player can beat our five, we deserve to lose. This might sound crazy, but it worked in our last matchup. Now on to defense. The first and most important tenet to the pack line defense that Louisville runs is early help. This dissuades dribble drive attempts and makes it difficult to get any momentum in the paint. If someone is that aggressive with their help, it doesn't take much imagination to draw a game plan to beat them. It's just hard to execute. Once you draw them over and help, you pass behind them and hit the open threes they're willing to give up. The second thing that makes a pack line distinct is their tendency to hard hedge ball screens. This means the big playing the screen comes out hard and pushes the ball handler away from the rim. Similar to their help responsibilities, this is designed to keep teams from getting into the lane. There are many ways to try to beat the hedge, most of which require making difficult passes to the roll man, but my favorite way is to draw their big man up with a screen action, then reject the ball screen while he's out of place, getting easy penetration. The final thing we should look at is our runner action. FSU sends one player through a gauntlet of screens along the baseline in order to pick off trailing defenders. This manufactured easy penetration to the paint, and Louisville had no answer. It was almost silly how much we ran it in the last matchup, and just how successful it was. We sometimes ran it twice in the same possession. Overall on defense, FSU needs to continue to make Louisville's life difficult when they switch us onto mismatches and keep them from getting easy points in the paint by doubling the post. On offense, we need to take our shots when we have them and continue to stress their trailing defenders with our runner action. This is by far the most important game left on anyone's schedule regarding the regular season ACC championship. Louisville controls their own destiny. A win Monday means they have it if they win out. If we win, we still need a little help from Duke to take our first regular season championship. I thought it would be fun to end with a prediction and compare it to my wife's prediction. She was a great basketball player in high school, unlike myself, but she couldn't name a single player on Louisville's team. Somehow, she will still beat me as always. Here she is.
I'm calling 72-68. Us.
And I think we win 68-63. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Noles.